Hey guys, so we are still early ya, 10 minutes early, so we will wait for the other to join before we start.
Sir, so in this one call, there's multiple people, like from my screen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay, I cannot see your screen, that's why. Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Uh,
Let me stop the screen first. Okay, I can see at least how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a lot.
Hello.
Why not you just like taking like a meeting rooms and then plug in the bigger screen?
We don't know which room is free to use.
Well, basically, you can just go to student service and ask like one room, one meeting room, so you can share like a bigger screen.
Just do that. Ya ke bawah. Ya, satu orang ke bawah. Ya udah satu.
Right.
Mau itu. Sama siapa sih temenin?
Ya udah.
Temenin dulu.
Yeah, instead of like you just squeezing in the sofa, the small sofa, and then fit in
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you want into
Looping.
one screen. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to ask her.
But still, we are only like 8 minutes early, so we just wait for the others to join with us. Yeah, because I think I have like quite list of you guys.
Laptop belum buka dari tahun lalu anjir. Udah ngupdate semua.
How long you not going back to uni? Yeah?
Huh?
You guys is doing internship right now, right?
Some of us, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's on break.
So it's already like for quite a while, for some of you not coming to the campus, yeah.
Yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, I think Pak Raymond is also joining. Halo Pak.
Ini aku nggak
Oh,
bisa rename, nggak bisa
baru-baru.
rename.
Oh, kirain Pak Raymond. Halo, halo Mbak. Ya udah ku aktifin Mbak. Rename.
Baru tiga. It's only 3 students.
Well, majority of them is actually still in the campus, Pak, and they using Darren account. So I suggest them to take like one meeting room so they can have like a bigger screen.
Okay.
By the way, yang double degree yang mana ya, Pak?
I don't know. They Barima invite RMIT and Wollongong student for the thesis, and they still need to create the thesis.
No, I mean the slides.
Nah, it's not there, I guess. So yeah, we need to
Oh,
explain
okay.
it.
Okay, so let me deliver the slide first, and then you add you jump in, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Thanks for joining, Sian.
Yeah, we stand by.
Thank you. I can see you are not in the office, yeah.
Yeah,
No one go to the office.
So Pak Yaya asked me to help him to give the assignment to the students. So who's give it the assignment there?
No idea.
I give
Which-
Sando's number.
which assignment?
Pak Yaya,
He
Pak
texted
Yaya.
me, but he texted me, but he didn't say anything.
Oh, so yeah, Pak Yaya asked me because he was in the, I don't know, defense in the DJS this year, so he
Okay.
cannot come, so he just wants to give an assignment.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the morning he texted me. I said I'm not coming.
I'm on leave. Yeah, let's start. It's already 2 o'clock.
Okay. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Loud and clear, yeah? Okay, thank you so much for joining us in today's CS thesis briefing. Yeah, so actually this is the session delivered by a program. So maybe you guys in the morning already have like a workshop, thesis workshop, which is some of the information and knowledge about the things that can be used to support you, yeah, when you're conducting or doing your thesis. All right, so today I will substitute Mr. Jude because his condition is not really good. So I will substitute him to deliver the material for the thesis briefing. And you can see your other lecturers, yeah, are also here. So they also will help me to deliver the information for you guys. All right, without further ado, let's start. Okay, hopefully it will be quick, yeah. So the agenda for today is basically the overview about the thesis, which is I'm sure you guys already know about it, and we will discuss about several things that you need to know, yeah, especially about the roles, yeah, and the things that you need to do, yeah. Like for example, start with the choosing a topics and developing the thesis, yeah. And the objective for today's session, you can just read from the slides, yeah. Basically, there are 7 of it, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's start with the first one, yeah. So what is a thesis? You guys already know about it. I'm sure you guys know about the thesis, right? So this is only the sum of the not the diagram, the image, yeah, that's showing about what is the thesis. So actually the thesis is like a statement, yeah, like information that you use as the objective, like sentences, yeah. that you use as your objective. But however, in here, actually, in your case, thesis can be like a full report or like a published paper or anything. Yeah. So what is this thesis used for? So basically, the thesis is the capstones for both undergrad and graduate education. Yeah. So it is compulsory for us in Indonesia. Yeah. So basically, what it is used for, basically to test the skill and knowledge that you guys have during your education. Yeah, during 4 years study in BINUS. Yeah. That's like a different from project, yeah. So maybe for the several courses that you already passed, you already have experience with the final project or the project in the class. So thesis is almost like that, but it's different in some ways, yeah. What are they? Yeah, basically the thesis have like a bigger scope, yeah, and the aims and impact, yeah, and also it will discuss more depth, yeah, especially on the testing and experimentation, on the analysis, on the synthesis, yeah. So that is for the thesis. And also for the format of the examination, yeah, in normal project, yeah, you don't have to defend, yeah. I mean, like if you need to presenting, of course, our final project need to have like presentation in the end of the semester. So similar like in thesis, yeah. However, you're not only presenting, but you also need to defend it, yeah, about the things that you already done. And also different from the project in the class, in thesis, you will have like a supervisor that will guide you, yeah, and have like intense communication, yeah. So you can have like personal dialogues, yeah, like, for example, discuss regularly, yeah, about the topics, yeah. So feel free to interrupt me anytime if you have a question, yeah. And for the other lecturers, if you want to add any other information that I missed it, yeah, feel free to do it. Okay, another things about the thesis concept. So what we are expecting for you when you doing thesis? Basically, there's like 4 things, yeah. First is about the novelty, yeah. Second is improvement, academic record, and peer review. Yeah, so basically you can read in detail in here, yeah. So what is novelty means? So basically we are expecting that you try to identify, yeah, like problems, new problems, or the things that have not been solved yet, for example, like from your daily life, for example, yeah. Not only repeating the other works, not like in final project, yeah. And then the second one, improvement. So it means try to advance the state of the art, yeah. And then for the academic record means try to create the collaboration, yeah. So you can doing it in a team, you can also doing it in with supervisor, yeah. You can also you also need to have like reading a lot of academic papers, yeah, high quality of academic papers, doing the literature review, doing the analysis, synthesis, and so on, which is the part of the thesis, yeah. And the last one about the peer review, it means after that, everything that you done in the thesis need to be presenting and defended, yeah, against the examination, of course. Okay, basically there's like several pathways that you can do when you're doing a thesis, yeah. At least in here, there will be 3 different pathways. First, you can create your thesis from the scratch. So basically, you can choose the topic or the problems, yeah, or you can also using the one that proposed by lecturers as your supervisor, for example. Of course, those things need to be you eager to do it, yeah. You cannot just waiting, yeah, or given by supervisor, but you don't want to do it, yeah. You cannot do that. So it means that the first pathway that you can choose. The second one is actually you can also continue or expand the things that you already done. For example, you're doing something in your internship, or you have like another project with your some lectures, for example. So you can use that, expand it, or integrate it with further solution. Yeah. And then you add like more literature reviews, more experimentation, more analysis, and more synthesis for it. The third one, or the last one, you can also using like some business startup, or like if you have like a client, for example, yeah. So you can use that also as your thesis. Yeah. So this is a good chance for you to doing like in-depth studies about the real life solution, yeah, real life problems, yeah, because you will need to have like real business scenarios. So it means you need to have the client to help you to develop the thesis. Yeah. Okay, next thing that you need to know is actually the requirements. Okay, so of course, when you taking thesis, you need to pass some requirements. So this is the general policy from the thesis in computer science. First, of course, you need to have the GPA more than 2. Yeah. Of course, I'm sure everyone that get invitation already passed these requirements. Yeah. Because I think the operation already filter out about this information. The second things that you need to have is actually I have like formula in here, X, Y, and Z variables. So X is the earned credit, Y is the ongoing credit, and the Z is the credit undertaken during the thesis. So these 3 components, if you sum it, if you add it, you need to have like more than 126 SU, yeah. And please highlight when you conducting the thesis. Of course, you can still doing your course, yeah. If you have like some courses left, but you cannot doing it more than 21 SU, yeah. The last one that you need to know is all the core courses need to have like minimum C. Yeah, you pass with C. So it means again, of course, I'm sure everyone that being invited here already passed this requirements. Yeah, but to make sure, please also check with the student service later. Yeah. I'm afraid because this morning one student just informed me he left like 1 SU problem. So please have time to check your credit in student service. Yeah. All right. So when you're doing a thesis, of course, the thesis can be done individually and also can be done in group, yeah, or with a teamwork, similar like a final project, yeah. So however, there will be like a different roles with the thesis. So this is some illustration when you conducting the thesis as a teamwork. Of course, the general topic is one, yeah. However, each students, each member need to have like a specific subtopic, yeah. So in here you can see subtopic 1, topic 2, and topic 3. Sorry, this is typos, yeah. So should be different topics. So the teamwork for the thesis can be done by minimum 2 students and maximum 3 students, yeah. So you can see in here, basically individual of the members, of the team will have like their own report 1, report 2, and report 3. They also will doing separate defense, yeah. And you need to know that even though you're doing like the same topics as a group, but the focus will be different. So it means you are allowed to discuss about the other team members content. However, is only allowed not more than I forgot the percentage. Yeah, it's around 20%. Yeah. So of course, if you doing like more than 20%, it will be counted as the plagiarisms. Yeah. All right. So next is about the thesis process. So basically, the thesis process is like a nutshell, yeah. So what it means by that? So basically, this is the things, yeah. So when you start your thesis, of course, you need to have the topics, yeah, and then you need to know how to deliver the thesis, yeah, and then content with you also need to explain about the methodology that you use in the thesis, and then we will discuss about the thesis evaluation, and the last one but not least will be some information related with the supervisor roles. Okay, so let's move to the first one, which is the how to selecting the thesis topic. Okay, so Jude already provides some illustration in here. Yeah, you can just see it from the image. Yeah. So basically, when you starting to selecting the thesis topic, yeah, you should involve several things. First, because you are in computer science, yeah, so it means you are expecting to have like the topic that involves a software engineering area, which is coding or scripting, yeah. The other things, yeah, you can also choose to extend the existing system or tools, yeah. And also the other alternative, you can also have like a prototype development. So this is can be like a proof of concept, yeah. And the last one is experimentation. So for example, you conducting like comparative studies, something like that, yeah. Okay, so basically the scope of work, yeah, for the research type and software development type. So this is the two different type that you can choose, yeah, when you're doing the thesis. Should be comparable. So it means whatever the type that you choose is basically the weight is the same, yeah. And you need to continue the best practice, yeah. For example, so you need to have like choosing like the topic that well, you can choose the existing one or the popular one or the trend, yeah. And then of course we also encourage you to do the teamwork, yeah. Like of course with the rules before, yeah. Even though you're doing it in the in the teamwork, of course it will be have like separate focus. And of course, you can also continue with the internship work, yeah. So it means you not only just copy and paste everything that you already done in the internship, but you need to extend it, you need to expand it, yeah, the work. So we will consider about the topic from those things as well. Okay, several things that need to be avoided, yeah. First, please avoid to be doing the thesis that tend to be a social research rather than CS research. So please make sure the topic that you choose is actually in CS related area. Yeah, of course, there's when we're talking about the CS related area, there's quite wide as well. Yeah, and then try not to doing it very late, yeah. So please avoid late start of the thesis work. So for example, now you already attend the thesis briefing, yeah. It's well basically after you doing the thesis briefing, you can start already, yeah. So please don't wait until 3 or 4 months later, yeah, because you will be late, yeah. Please try to avoid repeating previous work, yeah, and then please also make sure you clarify the scope. So please avoiding unclear scope. Of course, as part of the thesis, like I mentioned before, you need to doing like some literature review to support your topic, yeah. So please try to avoid inappropriate literature review. So it means you need to make sure the literature review that you do is actually supported by high quality academic papers, yeah, or resources. Next, please avoid to shallow problems analysis, yeah. So you need to avoid that, yeah. And also please avoid inappropriate data analysis technique. Yeah, I'm sure you guys already have experience, yeah, with data analysis, yeah, especially you guys already also doing the statistic course, AI course, where you already try to writing a papers, yeah, and then conducting like several data analysis technique. Okay, so the next is about the thesis format. Yeah, so basically from beginning to the end. Yeah, so you need to follow the guideline from the thesis guideline. Yeah, I'm sure in the thesis workshop you already received the thesis guideline, right? Is that correct? No? Have you received any thesis guideline from Miss Riri? Maybe from email or from the thesis workshop this morning?
We were
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so basically we need to follow those, yeah, especially the for the computer science, yeah. And the second one, because we are in academic area, of course, you need to follow the academic paper guideline as well. So as you already know, yeah, so normally in academic paper, we comply with the IMRAD structures. Do you guys know about the IMRAD structures, right? Yep.
I'm not really sure about it, sir.
Okay, so if not, you need to Google it. Yeah, after this session, try to Google the IMRAD structure. So basically, that's the common standard structures for the academic paper. Yeah, and that need to be implemented to your thesis. And the other things that you need to follow is the reference style. Yeah, so we're using the standard format of IEEE, yeah, or ICM's conference standard format. Yeah, especially for the one that conducting the or having planned to do the thesis by publication. Yeah. Okay, next is about the thesis types. So basically there are two types. Yeah, first is research or experimental. So with this type, you will focus on the experiment. For example, you do the comparison of the model, classifiers, performance of two methods or technology, and so on. Yeah, in here you can also need to have like a prototype of proof of concept. Yeah. The second type of the thesis is about the software or system development. So basically in these types, you will focus on developing a software. Yeah, it can be a desktop based, can be web based, can be mobile based. Yeah. And of course, you need to have like particular problems to support your solution. Yeah. So in here, the output is we'll have like a product. Yeah. Which is you need to do the demonstration in the final defense Peter. Okay, move on. Now, how do you do it for the methodology? So basically, this is the things that well, some of you I'm sure already know about it. Yeah. So in IMRAD structure, this is the second structure, which is the methodology, introduction, methodology, result, and discussion. So in IMRAD structures, methodology is the second one. So the things that you need to put in here, yeah, basically you need to adapt, yeah. You can adapting the software development or the research methodology, yeah, depend on which type of thesis that you choose. Okay. So for example, when you're doing the software development, of course, you can having the software engineering as your methodology, for example, implementing SDLC, extreme programming, agile, and so on. Yeah. For research or experimental, you can adapting the research methodology, which is like using the statistical or data analysis technique. Yeah. For example, MinTest, ANOVA, when you're doing the comparison of something, yeah, some variables, you can also do regression. Yeah. And of course, you can also AI things, yeah, which is machine learning and deep learning and so on. Yeah, maybe you will have like more detailed information about, because BINUS also have like a new, I cannot call it like a pathway. I'm not sure the term, but actually there's like new ways that you can choose when you conducting the thesis with AI topics, yeah, like specific topic that relate with the AI, yeah. So maybe before I continue, Ms. Nurul, do you want to explain more detail about it?
Sorry, I didn't really follow. Kenapa? Why?
So yeah, because I mentioned about the new I don't know the way streaming or the programs that the student can have the thesis with AI related topics, and there's new rules or new guideline about the thesis that using the AI topics.
Oh yeah, actually, the university just launched another choice, options for anyone who take the AI related topic for the research. They can get a minimum grade B, B, to pass the thesis, and that's it. The rest is following the same like the research guideline in the one that is just being explained by Sir Bagus. Yeah. The only difference is just if you have the AI topic, then you can have the minimum grade B. That's it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we don't do anything, Miss.
Just following the research guideline.
Oh, okay.
You can
I
either
thought-
publish the thesis or just doing just the normal manuscript.
Okay, so I haven't talked about the format yet. Okay, thank you, Ms. Nurul, for the information. So if you require like further details about the AI related topic for the thesis, please feel free to contact us directly, especially with Ms. Nurul, so you will have like in-depth information about it. Okay. All right, so let me continue. The other things that you can also put in the methodology is also the testing plan. Yeah, so you can also discuss about the testing plan in your methodology. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's check the milestones. So basically, based on the types that I already mentioned, so we have like two different types, which is the software development type and research type. So this is what the milestone look like. Yeah, more or less, both of them will be the same. So this is for the software development type. So you start with the problem formulation, objective, and expected result. You conducting the literature review, and then after that, you try to analyze the problems, and also identify the existing process. Then propose the system, you analyze and design, and of course implement it. Okay, so this is more or less is the milestone. So when you're doing the regular thesis, so this is become the content of your chapter. So for example, the red one, the background, problem formulation, objective, it become your chapter one, or in this stage we call it as the proposal. And for the research type, it will be almost similar. So the first step for the proposal step will be the same, which is problem formulation, objective, and expected result. And then you continue with literature review. And then the things that make it different is in research type, instead of developing the software, you will work with like a data. So it means you can do like a sampling, data collecting method in your methodology, and also the data analysis in the result. But if you see, both of them almost have similar milestone. Okay, so far, do you have any question, guys?
I don't think I have a question, sir.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Jason.
There's no.
Right, so let's continue then. Now, I would like to talk about the roles of the supervisor or thesis supervisor. So this is some comics about the related with the thesis supervisor. Okay. So this is a common things that happen. Like for example, when you do the thesis, or maybe the final project is similar. So before the 1 week before the deadline, you ask the supervisor to check your draft. And in 3 days before deadline, of course, your supervisor maybe still not checking yet, yeah. And the day before the deadline, they may be out of the town, yeah. So what you can learn from this comics, basically, yeah, your supervisor. So of course, don't rely everything and put everything on your supervisor's shoulder, yeah. So it means you need to work with your supervisor from the beginning, from the first step, yeah, not only in the end of the close to the deadline, yeah. So let's discuss about the roles of the thesis supervisor. First, of course, as the supervisors, they have the roles to give you the advice when you selecting the topic. Yeah, so during the topic selection, your supervisor might or your potential supervisor might discuss with you and give you some advice related with the research topic or the scope of works. Yeah. And then during the research periods, yeah, of course, your supervisors later can also give you advice, yeah, especially in the area of the methodology, yeah, and also will monitor and evaluate your progress, yeah. And if necessary, they also give you some direction, yeah, to make sure that you meet the objective, yeah. I mean, like to make sure your timeline and everything, yeah. During examination, of course, your supervisor will also become one of the examiners, yeah, which is he or she will need to become part of the examiners members, yeah, and they will provide comments and also some feedbacks, which is can improve. Well, in the end of the day, the target is actually to improve or to make sure your thesis is good enough, yeah. Most of the time they don't really ask the question, but it doesn't mean that your supervisor cannot ask you the question. Yeah, so it means as the examiners, as part of the examiners, of course, they have rights to ask you the question. Okay, so in the slides is telling you what you should not expect your supervisor to do some things. Yeah, first, because some of the tests will related with the software development, don't ask your supervisor to check your code or debug your code. Yeah, it's not supervisor responsibilities. Okay. Related with the report, yeah, please don't ask your supervisor to correct your spelling, grammar, and formatting. Yeah, that is your responsibilities. Yeah, you can. Well, my suggestion is please have like a partners or maybe if you're working as a team, yeah, you can also working as a team to help you to check the spelling, grammar, and formatting. So that will be a good things to do when you're doing in the group. Yeah. So don't also expect your supervisor to give you the reference. Yeah, so basically in your era, yeah, you have like a good access to the internet and any resources in the world. Yeah, so please utilize that. And of course, you can discuss with your supervisor, but don't expect they provide it for you. Yeah, they might giving you some, but yeah, again, don't expect. Yeah. And also related with the comics that I showed to you before, don't ask your supervisor to review your work overnight. So it means I know sometimes you are very busy and then you just finishing your draft, like for example 1 or 2 days before the deadline. So of course you cannot expect your supervisor to do it for you because I mean your supervisor will also have like other things to do, yeah, not only as the supervisor. So it means please give enough time, at least 1 week, yeah, if you want to ask your supervisor to check your work. Okay, please remember about it. Remember, thesis is your own work. Yeah, so it means this is a chance for you to show everything that you already learned. Yeah, in these 4 years. Yeah, into this progress. Yeah, into this step. All right, so next is about the monitoring and evaluation. So basically, you start with, when you're conducting the thesis, you start with selecting the topic, yeah. So it means you need to evaluate your area of the topic area. Yeah, that's the first evaluation. After that, after you choose the topic, you can start to develop the proposal. Normally the proposal will consist of several information. First the background, the problem formulation, objective and scope of work, and also the expected result. So that is the proposal content. Normally these things will be in your chapter 1. So it means if you doing your proposal similar like you're doing the chapter 1. After that, the third evaluation is the pre-defense evaluation. So it means I forgot the date. The next slide will show you the dates. So basically the next step after you start your thesis, you also need to do the pre-defense evaluation. So it means you will do presentation, which is consists of chapter 1 to chapter 4. So in here, not only the chapter 1, so you also need to have like a literature review and methodology, some problem analysis, and solution design. So normally these things is in your chapter 2, 3, and 4. And the last evaluation is the final defense. So it means after you pass the pre-defense, you need to continue your work, you develop your application if you're doing the software development, or you continue with the analysis and conducting the proof of concept. So it means that will be the contents of the final defense. So in final defense, basically, you will need to add the rest of the evaluation with the implementation and testing and result and evaluation. Okay, so that is the 4 evaluation that will be happen during your thesis. And then this is about the thesis document. So this is the format for regular thesis. So why I said regular thesis, because in BINUS, in computer science, now we have like a different type of thesis. I will explain more detail about it. Actually, the format will be the structures will be the same, but the format is different. So this is the format for the regular thesis. We call it regular thesis. So will be consist of this 6 or 7 content. So normally we have seven chapter. So the content for introduction is divided into chapter 1 and chapter 2. So this is basically about telling about what did you do it. Why did you do it? And then after that, chapter 3 about the problem analysis. So basically, what did you do? Answering those questions. Chapter 4 about the design solution. How did you do it? And chapter 5 is about the implementation solution. Why did you find? What did you find? So depend on the thesis type. So in chapter 5 you can discuss the testing implementation, or can just result, or can result with the observation. After that, you will continue with the chapter 6 about the evaluating the solution. So normally you can have the title discussion or evaluation. So this is about what do your result mean to you and why. So you can also check whether your result already meet your objective in that you introduce in chapter 1. The last content is about the conclusion, chapter 7. So this is actually about the new knowledge that you can summarize after you conducting the test and get the result, and answering the question, the thesis question that you put as the objective. Beside that, you can also add some recommendation or future work as part of your conclusion. Oh, before I forgot. So basically, for the pre-defense, you are expecting to have chapter 1 to chapter 4. And for the final defense, is continue to chapter 7. Okay, so this is another information about the document format. Like I said before, basically the proposal, you start with the proposal. Proposal will be chapter 1 for introduction. And then when you continue with analysis, basically it can be part of your chapter 2, theoretical foundation, which is can be, this part, the green one, is actually reflecting in the chapter in here. So in chapter 3, when you conducting analysis, can be chapter 3. And then when you doing the model design, system design is actually part of chapter 4. Yeah. When you build, it can be go to appendix. Yeah. For example, you don't have to put the code or the programming code into your chapter, but it can be put in the documentation. Yeah. Chapter 5 is about the implementation and tests. Yeah. So you can discuss about prototype, you can discuss about the simulation or system implementation. And chapter 6, discussion or evaluation. Yeah. And actually chapter 2 is all the theoretical foundation that can support all your chapter from chapter 3 to chapter 6. Yeah. And after that, you can give the summary and conclusion in chapter 7. Okay, so this is the calendar. Yeah, I'm sure you guys already being informed. Yeah, in the workshop. Yeah, so this is only the copy of it. So based on the date, yeah, now is the schedule for you to get the workshop and briefing, which is today. And after that, you will have the first deadline for the thesis proposal. So at least we are expecting to have the thesis outline. Yeah. So when is the date? Will be when is the due date or the deadline? Will be in 24 January 2024. Yeah. And after that, maybe me or Ms. Jude will announce the thesis supervisor. So we will inform the thesis Senayan, and they will send it via email. Yeah. So between 29 January to 3 February, there will be announcement about who is your thesis supervisor. Yeah. And for the thesis supervisory period, so it means that's the period when you doing the thesis. Yeah. You can conducting since starting from 29 January to 1st July. And after that, of course, in between those dates, you will need to submit for the pre-defense. So the pre-defense will have the deadline on 22nd April. So please remember about it. And the presentation will be scheduled from 25 April to 15 May 2024. Yeah. So in this case, you need to prepare PowerPoint slides. Yeah. So it means for the pre-defense, remember to prepare PowerPoint. And the deadline for the final defense, yeah, it means the complete chapters, yeah, and also the other requirement, for example, thesis supervisory journal and attendance record, yeah. So it will be on 1st July, yeah, and the period of presentation will be from 8th to 3rd August, yeah. I forgot to edit this one. So basically, in computer science, we changed the defense presentation no longer using PowerPoint. So in the thesis defense, you guys will presenting your work in the using the poster. Yeah, so we will send you the information about the poster guideline in separate document. Yeah. Okay, so the other things, yeah, of course, after you pass everything, you need to complete all the documentation, yeah, required for you to graduate, yeah. So I think Thesis Senayan will send you another email to remind you about it, yeah. Any question, guys? Okay, if there's no question, I think we'll ask Pak Raymond because there's some information related with the double degree thesis, yeah. Maybe some student here is actually doing the double degree, yeah, and still need to conducting the thesis. So maybe Pak Raymond have like further detailed information about it.
Not really details, but I think the student, I think from RMIT and Wollongong, you guys still need to create thesis document because for graduate in Indonesia, you still need a thesis, but you don't need to create a separate thesis. You can base on your thesis based on your project in RMIT or in Wollongong. But make sure, because I think mostly group project over there, as your friend, is okay that the material you use as a like a report, yeah. But the report is like the thesis document, okay. So yeah, so still you will do the defense also, I think, right? Miss Riri will schedule for the defense. So it will at least follow the rules in Indonesia that you need thesis to graduate. Okay. I think that's it. See, what else? Yeah. Oh, the other thing for the student, yeah, that take a thesis, make sure before you defense, your social hours and SAT is already meet the requirement.
Okay.
If not, please contact Sir Petrus, I think, about that, and then yeah, you need to fill in those social hours and SAT before the defense. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Pak Raymond, for the information. Okay, I would like to highlight one more thing. Yeah, I think that's important. Yeah, so before you doing your final defense, make sure that you already done your social hours and SAT points. Yeah, because if not, even though you already pass the thesis, you cannot graduate. Yeah.
No, they cannot even defense
Oh, okay.
now.
Okay,
yeah,
now-
I think since last year, yeah, they start before your defense, all is already finished.
Okay.
Previously after defense, but now before. So be
Okay.
careful. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Pak, for the update. So, okay, so I repeat one more time. So you cannot do the defense, yeah. So that's why you need to make sure before you submitting the final defense document, you also need to fulfill the social hours and SAT point, yeah. Okay, let's continue. This is the most important one. Okay, since the submission for the proposal is on January 24, so now I will give you information how you can submit. Yeah, so this is the form. Yeah, so I think I already shared this link before, and I have like several students already submitted. Yeah, so using the same form again. So please go to this link. So if you go here. Oh, maybe you cannot see my screen. Let me stop share. Okay, so the link that I provide you before, it will be guide you to this page. Yeah, so basically you need to fill in this information: full name, student ID, the title if you already have the title. If not, you can just put the topic, and you can identify whether you will do the individual thesis or group thesis, yeah, or team thesis. Yeah, since actually before we have the option to start the thesis earlier, yeah, that's why there's like also option for starting the thesis semester on odd and even, but now I think you only choose the even one. Yeah, the next thing that you need to do also identify your potential supervisor. So in here I give you option to put like at least three names, at least one names, but in here you can put up to three. Yeah, so it means if you already have like some topics and some discussion with some lecturers, you can ask her permission or his permission to put the name in here. Yeah, of course, if not, feel free to fill in the name of the potential supervisor based on your preference and the topic or the area. Yeah. Number 9 is thesis type. So I already mentioned before, basically now in CS, we have like two different type, which is regular thesis and thesis by publication. So what are the difference? I will give you some information after this one. So basically, more detail about it, you can also discuss with the potential supervisor. Yeah. And the last but not least, you also need to upload the file for your proposal, yeah, at least the outline, yeah. Please make sure that you save it in the PDF format, yeah, and submit it. Okay, so please do it before 24, yeah, at least the 24 January is the deadline, yeah. So it means we have time to mapping, yeah, your topic, and then what is your supervisor, thesis supervisor. You will become your thesis supervisor. Yeah, and it doesn't mean like, for example, you put like for example a name, and then it will directly become your your supervisor. There's possibilities also you will be assigned to with the second or the third one. Yeah. Okay, but we will consider this as the first thing when we mapping your supervisor. Yeah, that's why it is important to talk with the candidate supervisor or potential supervisor. So your candidate supervisor will notify me or Jude, yeah, because we are the one that responsible to mapping, and then make sure that you match your name is matched with the supervisor. Yeah.
I think we need to tell which one that they can choose, yeah. Gus.
Sorry, Pak. Say again.
I think we need to tell them which which lecturer that can
Oh,
be
yeah,
their
of course, Pak.
supervisor.
Yep. Okay, so before that, I would like to continue with the slide first. Okay, before I give you information about the list of supervisor that you can choose, so the other things that you can have is the information about the sample thesis proposal. Yeah, so this is the link that you can use. Please explore about the format or the how the thesis look like. Yeah, this is for the regular one. Okay, before I continue with those information, I would like to highlight the different type, yeah, of the thesis format, which is a regular thesis and thesis by publication. So so this is related with the timeline that I give it to you before. So basically, the top one is for the regular thesis, which is you already know within in the table. So basically, this is the timeline. Yeah. So you start with the thesis proposal, especially the outline, and then on the 22nd of April, you need to submit the pre-defense, which is consists of chapter 1 to chapter 4. And then when you pass, you need to continue with chapter 5 and 7 after the pre-defense. Yeah. Well, basically, it will be the same with the thesis by publication. However, the format will be a bit different. So when you taking the thesis by publication, of course, you will have like a bit longer submission deadline, yeah. And then the things that you need to submit is the full paper structure. So it means you will need to create like a full format, yeah, of the full draft of the paper, because that is the format of thesis by publication. And normally you will have like a 6 pages, yeah, for the conference type, and maybe more for the journal types, yeah. And remember, for thesis by publication, you don't have to follow the chapters, but you will using the IMRADS as the minimum structures, yeah, and following the publication format, of course. Okay, so more detail about this one, please discuss with your potential or candidate supervisor. Yeah. This is some major differences about the regular thesis and thesis by publication. I think already I mentioned majority of it. Yeah, it's like the format, the structures, the content. Yeah. So the content, it means for regular thesis should be comprehensive and detailed. But in thesis by publication, of course, because it's only like 6 pages, like for example, conference paper, yeah. So it means the discussion will be more focused and with specific topic, yeah. Normally have like smaller area, yeah. The cost, everything in regular thesis will be you will taking care of it. But for the thesis by publication, at least the registration will be paid by BINUS, yeah. Of course, it will be need to using like a special streaming, yeah. So in BINUS we have like we call the stars. So this is the streaming that we can apply, yeah, for get the help or support, yeah, for the financial for registration for the student thesis. For repository, of course, when you do the regular thesis, the thesis will be just end up in library, yeah. But when you doing the thesis by publication, it will be published online, yeah. So it will be better for your portfolio as well, yeah. The score for the regular thesis will be fully by the examiners, yeah. But for the thesis by publication, there will be like minimum score that you will get depend on the status of the paper when submitted in the conference or journal, yeah. So it means there will be baseline for the score. For example, the minimum status is submitted, yeah, so it means it guarantee that you will have like the minimum C or B. I forgot about the mapping, yeah, but it will be make sure that you pass the thesis already when you submit to the conference original, yeah. But of course, you need to following and continue until the end of the process. And the timeline, yeah, for the regular thesis will be full semester, yeah, with for full chapters. And thesis by publication will be shorter because it's only 6 pages anyway, yeah. So it will be 3 or 4 months for the full papers, yeah. All right, I think to answering the question from Pak Raymond, yeah. So who's the lecturers that you can choose as your supervisor? So basically, you can choose in these pictures, yeah. There will be from the left to the right, there will be Pak Satrio, Radono, me, yeah, Mr. Jude, Miss Nurul, Sir Raymond Bahana, and also Miss Sarah. So actually that is the list, yeah, as the full times and the FM in computer science at the moment, yeah. And also unfortunately, of course, you see this is there's Mr. Zandos name in here. However, this semester Mr. Zandos still cannot do the supervisor for the thesis. But if you have like, for example, previous project or the topic that you already discussed with him, of course, you can also put his name as the what we call it, the not the main supervisor, but the second
Co-supervisor.
co-supervisors. Thank you, Pak. So it means
also maybe sir, last time Benvano also can be chosen.
Oh, okay. So I just
If
need
they want. If you
Okay.
want, if you want.
So it means thank you, Pak, for the information. So basically, in addition to this guys, this in the pictures, you can also choose Pak Benvano, ya, Prof Benvano. If you quite close with him and then you already discussed the topic with him, feel free to also put his name in your supervisor name candidacy. Yeah. Any question, guys? Okay. I believe it's clear enough. If there's no question, is there anything else that other lecturers want to inform here? Maybe from Pak Raymond, Miss Nurul, Sezandos.
I think nothing for me. I think right now just make sure send the proposal, and then we'll discuss with the supervisor.
Okay.
So I have one question, excuse me. So not question, but a common question from students usually is how many pages the thesis should be, introduction, proposal. So if you can, yes, state on this. Do we have
Okay.
any restrictions on number of pages?
Okay, I'm not sure if the information is available in the thesis guideline, but in my understanding is actually there's no information about the minimum one, but of course, because the regular thesis should be detailed and comprehensive, of course, you will expect it to have like quite a lot of pages, yeah, for the regular one, yeah. So it means, well, it's hard to say in pages.
But for proposal, maybe 1 or 2 pages is enough.
Yeah, for proposal, because it's only required for outline, so it means 1 or 2 pages is enough.
Yeah, for thesis, there is no such limit.
I mean, yeah, you know if too short, you know.
Yeah. So what's the minimum limit? Too short, 5 pages. So
No, I mean, as a supervisor, we should know is enough or not. So it depends the supervisor actually. So let the supervisor decide for me. Yeah.
Okay, students. This is the orientation.
Okay, well, basically, you can check the normal one based from the previous thesis in the libraries or the link that Mr. Jude provided before. Yeah. So don't worry, you will get the copy of these slides as well. So I will send it to Miss Riri, so she will distribute these slides, yeah, to you guys. So basically, well, my suggestion is please have a look to if you choosing to have the regular thesis, you can also have the example. Yeah, if your question related with how many pages, of course you can referring to what is the normally average your seniors already done. I think that's the best way to answer your question at the moment. Yeah, if there's no rule state in the thesis guideline. Any other question? Any other question, guys?
Sir,
Yes.
so if it's project based and for example, we already have permission from our company to use it,
Mhm.
for like chapter 4 and 5, which is like the results and discussions and conclusions, should we think about that now or just like how do we do it? Like
Okay.
as ito.
So basically, when you want to, like I said before, when you want to continue like the things that you already done before, like for example from the internship, you are allowed to do it. However, you cannot just copy and paste. So it means you need to first you need to know what is the goals, the target that you want to achieve. Yeah, what is the extended version of the work. Yeah, of course after that you need to redo the step again from the beginning. Like for example, you start with the outline, topic outlines, yeah, even though you're using all the material from the previous one, but there's like something that you need to do as the thesis progress. Yeah, so it means for the chapter 5 and 7, of course, you don't have to doing it now, yeah, but of course, if you already done early, like for example, because you already done it in internship, that's some of the work already done, right? So it means you can start earlier for that. But make sure you inform your supervisor, because your supervisor now is your candidate, yeah, candidate supervisor can help you to make sure that it is okay or not.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
I'm Bernard. I have a question.
I cannot see you, Bernard.
Well,
I
okay, I'm just gonna use Darren's laptop here. Wait.
Okay. So what is the question?
Hello.
Yeah. What is the question?
So the question here is based on the schedule, since we have to submit the proposal on the 24th of January.
Yes.
Question is kind of related to Darren's as well. It's related to consulting about the topic as well as like how we work on the thesis itself. You said that we should contact our the thesis supervisor that we want to contact. But the thing here is if it's based on the schedule, it says that it's going to be announced on the after 24th of January. So it's after we submit the proposal. Now my question is do we choose our own like wanted supervisor, or like who do we consult with? Like how do we consult the the for the ideas
Okay,
itself?
I got your question. So it means related with the candidate supervisor. It means you can like approach individually, like for example, during the time before the 24th, if you already have like someone in your mind, you can contact him or her. Yeah. So it means you can try to communicate first. Yeah. But if you think that it's hard for you, you can still like randomly choose based on your content area or topic area. So you already know the things that you want to do. At least you have the outline, yeah. And then if you don't have like for example then communication prior the thesis, of course you can just put the name there. So we try to mapping based on your content and your preference. But my suggestion, please try the first one. So at least if you already communicate with the candidate of the supervisor, they can help you, like they can decide that they can help you or not, something like that. So will be better if you already know before you put the name.
All right, sir. Thank you.
No worries. Any other things? How many people's there? And any other question, guys?
Maybe I have a question. Maybe you can just outline for the supervisors the background, or just point to web profile pages maybe, so that they at least know the
Yeah, so
background.
if you're looking for
approach
the
to it.
information about the lectures, you can visit the website, our website. So basically in international.binus.acid/computer science, and then if you go to the let me show you, yeah. Okay, so if you go to these websites, yeah, and then scroll down until you get the faculty directory, you can view. This is actually the lectures profile, yeah. So, for example, based on the list, of course, not all the lectures here can be choose as your supervisor, yeah, but at least you already know the structural and the FM, yeah. So, for example, if you're looking for information about who's the Sarah, yeah, Miss Sarah, you can click. Maybe if they have she has a publication, you can see this is the area, the things that she already worked on before. So, I mean, you can have the some of information about the area, yeah. So you can try to explore. Of course, don't limit yourself only based on the website from BINUS. You can also Google it. Normally, all the lectures have like a public profile where they put the interest, the area of the expertise, yeah. So you can also see from that as well, yeah. But if you are too lazy, you can just contact them directly one by one and then have a conversation or discussion about it. Okay. Is that okay, Mr. Zandos?
For me, it's okay. I mean, just I'm asking for
Yeah,
the
so
student.
basically, if you want to see which lectures that actually have like similar area or expertise in area that you are working on for your thesis, yeah, that is the alternative ways that you can use. First, you can using our website, or you can Google it, yeah, based on our names, and also you can contact us directly one by one. Well, I'm sure everyone, all the lecturers here will be happy to help you. Okay. All right. So, is there any more question? If not, well, I will just close the session. And of course, if you have like further questions,
Sorry, sir.
yes.
Just want to do last one question. Maybe
Okay,
for
I give
those.
you two, not only one. I give you two.
Okay. Okay. Just for those kayak that's still not very sure about the topic. Maybe could you guys like give us a bit like some recommendations on what topic we can probably
Okay, that's
try to pry
okay.
into.
All right. That's interesting question. Well, basically, of course, the first thing that you need to do is basically try to communicate with the lecturers first, and then ask if they have like some topic that you guys can do, right? But again, please contact them. Don't expect that they will give it to you directly. Okay, so for example, even though Mr. Zandos cannot be the main supervisor, of course, he can still become your second. And then if you like, for example, talk to him, and then I'm sure he has like several projects, yeah, related with the AI, yeah, because I heard it yesterday. So feel free to talk to him and then ask if there's some topics, yeah, interesting topic that maybe you are eager to do it. I'm sure Mr. Zandos, for example, yeah, can give you one or two. It will also similar to other lecturers. Yeah, like for example, Miss Nurul, Mr. Raymond, yeah, Mr. Satrio, Mr. Jude, Miss Sarah, and also me. Yeah. Is that clear enough?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. There's one more question from me.
From who?
Jonathan.
Okay,
This is
Jonathan.
so this is for double degree students.
Mhm.
The project capstone will be turned to a thesis, right?
Yes, based on Mr. Raymond Bana information before, so basically you can use your project, but again, because we know that your project is basically is not individual project, yeah, so you need to make sure it won't be a problem when you're using it as your thesis, yeah. And the second one, of course, you need to format it following the standard thesis from Linux.
Or
Okay.
if you want to create from scratch, also okay. Because last time, yeah, one student did that. So up to you.
Yep, yep. So that's the options that you can have.
Okay.
Only for the double degree RMIT apa ya?
Wollongong juga kan ya. Wollongong nggak ada thesis kan di sana. Anything without thesis in Indonesia, they need the score for thesis and the approve. I
Okay,
need to check with Miss Syria, guys.
okay. Yep.
RMIT, yes, but not sure about the Wollongong. But Wollongong, I think, is no thesis, right? Only Nottingham create thesis.
But if you are need more challenge, yeah, you can do it from the scratch, right? So Mr. Landas already.
Hello, sir.
Wow.
Do you remember me?
Of course not. I cannot even see you from the camera. So how you expect me to know you?
So, sir,
Of course, I don't know you at all.
can I continue my to-do list web app?
Well, again, the answer is yes and no.
What is that supposed to mean?
Okay, so it means, of course, you can continue from your previous project, but you cannot just like doing it as it is. You need to expand and explore more detail about the expansion, the extended version of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. So it means that's for yes. No, it means you cannot just like copy and paste, because first is not the scope is not enough, because I know your project, and the second one, you know that the novelty things about the thesis, you need to make sure which one is your novelty.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
No worries. Any other question? Okay, if you don't have a question at the moment, it's fine. Yeah. Well, basically, anytime.
Sorry, sir.
Come on, guys.
Is Sir Don available for supervisor?
Yes. So
Did you
Dr.
see
Satrio Pradono
previously?
is one of the candidate that you can choose. If you see my last page is you can see Mr. Satrio Pradono pictures.
Oh, the photo one, ya, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No worries.
Oh,
Okay, this is
oh,
last.
sir. My friend asked, sir. Another one, sir. My friend asked, how about Sir Ardimas, sir?
Okay, so at the moment, Sir Ardimas is not available. First, Sir Ardimas no longer full-time with us, so it's hard for the administrative things. Yeah, so it means he cannot register as the supervisor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
But you can still write if you want, but we don't choose that. Just make sure, for a group, just for a group, I think the proposal, one proposal or multiple.
Well, I suggest to still submitting individually, Pak. It will be easy for us to detect later.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, because although one group, maybe the supervisor can be different, it's okay also.
Yep, yep. There's some case about it as well. So you might have like a same supervisor, but not guarantee. Okay, I think that's all, yeah, guys. I think it's already more than 1 hours. So if you have like further question or not clear about anything related with the thesis, feel free to contact us, yeah, or you can also go to student service and then they will connect you with us, yeah. Okay, so for the slide, I will send it to Miss Riri and I will ask her to share it to you all, yeah.
So just to clarify, sir, the proposal, if we're in a group, can it be the same or does it have to be all different? Or the submission is only the one that needs to be individual?
Okay, basically for the proposal, because it's only outline, there possibilities, I mean, using the same thing is okay. However, for the pre-defense and defense will be completely separate.
Because the topics are different.
Yes.
Yeah, but you need to send, yeah, all people, all member in the groups still need to send the proposal, although the proposal same.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we
the
can list- we can
submission
list the
should be
student.
individually. Yeah. The
Okay.
submission should be individual.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. But you can upload the same file.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's all, yeah. So this is already my 5th time saying that sentence. All right, so if there's no more question or any information from the lecturers, I think I will close today's session. Thank you so much for all the lecturers that joining today, and thank you so much for all the students. Yeah, and hopefully you can submit the proposal on time. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.